Judge, this is a case of Cassidy's.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Miss Cassidy, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
We were married for several years, and he adopted my son from my first marriage, which meant my first husband relinquished all rights, and he doesn't want to take care of the child anymore now that we're divorced.
Okay, sir, is there a reason you don't want to take care of your son?
Well, he's not my son.
Well, yes, he is. You adopted him.
I thought I was in love with her. I just wanted to please her.
So you didn't really love the child at all, your son? Because he is your son, just so we're clear. You're not going to be able to say things like, it's not my child. You adopted this child legally. This is your child.
Well, he's not blood. He's her son. He's not my blood son. He's a redhead.
What does that have to do with anything, the color of his hair?
Kids.
What does the color of his hair have to do with anything?
I just always hated redheaded kids.
Okay. How did the two of you meet?
Well, I had been divorced several years, and I'm a...
All right, everyone, get ready for some courtroom drama. The video begins with tense music as Judge Vonda Bailey takes her seat, preparing for a tough case. The room feels intense. Miss Cassidy walks in, looking calm but clearly upset. She explains that her ex-husband adopted her son from a previous marriage, but now that they're divorced, he refuses to take care of the child like he promised. Her ex-husband speaks up, trying to dodge responsibility. He coldly says, "He's not my biological son," shocking everyone. But Judge Vonda Bailey quickly shuts him down, reminding him that adoption is just as legally binding as being a biological parent. And the drama is only beginning.
Yes, he's a farmer.
Ma'am, I will give you your opportunity to speak in just a moment, okay? Go ahead, sir.
So my friends took me out to a club. I call them mammary clinics. Took me out to a mammary clinic for my birthday. And that's where I met her. And she strapped it to me. And I fell in love with her that night. And
You fell in love enough to adopt her son?
to marry her, because I thought I was in love with her.
Okay.
And so we got married, and she coaxed me into adopting her kid.
Okay, you
The
adopted
redheaded
the
one.
child.
Yeah.
And you're here today because she wants you to
Pay child support.
pay
for
child
that
support
kid.
and take care of your child.
He's more of a ballerina than he is a boy.
What do you mean by a ballerina?
I don't want that kid. He's
Sir, you adopted this child.
well. Let his own father adopt him back.
Wait a minute. His father terminated his rights and you adopted this child.
Well, she can talk.
Well, I'm not about to play this game with you, sir. Mr. Cassidy, we're not doing that today, okay? This is your child. You legally adopted the child. And you can be legally responsible for paying child support as well.
Well, his first dad gave up his rights. How come I can't give up my rights?
Well, you know what? We're not doing that today. Today, you're going to take care of this child, okay?
Okay, what?
And you're not going to give him up because he's...
Now, things really heat up. The ex-husband admits he only adopted the child to make Miss Cassidy happy, not because he actually cared. Then, he makes things even worse by calling the child a ballerina and complaining about the kid's red hair. Seriously? As if hair color has anything to do with being a good parent. Miss Cassidy even reveals that she dyed the child's hair, hoping it would make him more accepting. Can you believe that? The judge is visibly frustrated, and honestly, so are we. His excuses are weak, and it's clear he cares more about himself than the child's.
No.
He don't fish.
Sir, Mr. Cassidy, how much money do you make a year?
Approximately 83.
83,000. And ma'am, now I'm to you. What does this mean, farmer?
I'd rather not go into detail.
Okay. $83,000 a year. And sir, you said, how many other children do you have?
I have two.
Two, okay. So you have 3 kids
They're
total.
not redheaded either.
Sir, the color of their hair should not affect whether or not you decide to be a father to those children versus your adopted son. You understand?
I understand.
Okay, well, as long as you understand. I have your gross. Yes, ma'am.
I've dyed the little boy's hair now, so
What color is his hair now, ma'am?
His hair is the same color of his now.
And you all are aware that the color of this child's hair doesn't matter in terms of the financial responsibility, right?
I understand that, but he doesn't, so I'm just trying to make it to where he likes his son.
You know what? It is ridiculous. She even had to dye the child's hair to even make you receive any type of comfort, sir. That's ridiculous. Now, at $83,000 a year, I have your gross at $6,916.67.
Wow.
Who carries health insurance for this child?
I do.
How much is it for the child only?
$230 a month.
$230. Okay, sir, you're going to reimburse that to her monthly. Yes, you are. And your net comes out to $5,482.88. Yes. What? Do we need to call an ambulance? You okay? Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe an ambulance might help me.
Okay, well, right now I'm getting ready to help you with these numbers, okay?
Or
Giving you
12
credit for
gauge.
the other children that you have. Your child support obligation is $808.72 plus the health insurance reimbursement of $230 a month. That makes your monthly obligation $1,038.72.
Okay, that's gonna.
Okay, and you can afford it. It's you make $83,000, sir.
Now, the judge gets to the key part. She looks at the ex-husband's $83,000 yearly income and calculates his child support, $88.75 per month, plus $230 for health insurance. But, of course, he's not happy. He starts complaining about his farming expenses, as if that's an excuse to avoid supporting his child. Miss Cassidy asks for back pay, but the judge explains she can't grant it since it wasn't in the paperwork. The ex-husband keeps making sarcastic remarks about farming and his costs, only making things worse. But the judge doesn't let him off the hook. She firmly reminds him that, no matter how he feels, he has a legal duty to support his child.
Well, there's a lot of overhead for farming.
Well, you know what? Dye your hair red.
Well, that's not going to help me pay my bills. That's not going to help me feed my cattle.
Well, you know what? You might want to choose some different alternatives.
Well, you got to eat. That's what. Where do you think your food comes from?
You grow my food?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I pay for it from you, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, guess what? You're going to continue to grow your food, and you're going to take care of this child, who's now the hair is dyed because you had a problem with the color of the child's hair. Ridiculous. Is there anything further here?
Yes, the last year that he hasn't paid, can he pay the back pay as well?
You know what? That is a great question. Are you asking for back pay today, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, unfortunately, you did not put that in your paperwork that you filed with the court requesting.
Just when you think this case can't get any wilder, Miss Cassidy jokingly suggests that her ex-husband could avoid child support by marrying her again. The judge actually laughs, but quickly reminds everyone that this isn't a reunification court. She wraps things up by dismissing the case and ordering the ex-husband to pay. But even after the ruling, he stays dismissive and unapologetic. It's clear he just doesn't get it, and probably never will. The segment ends with a mix of humor and frustration, leaving us all shaking our heads at how ridiculous this guy is.
Fortunately, if you did not ask previously, I can't award it to you.
Okay.
So, monthly obligation. Listen,
Judge, there's another
we don't
option.
need all of that.
If he wants to come back and remarry me, we can do that. Then he won't have to worry about child support.
Well, I mean, that's an option.
I'm going back to my ex-wife.
That's an option.
I've got my other wife and kids. They're coming back. We're back
I just
together.
thought as long as he was
okay.
going back and forth, you know.
Oh, well, I'm glad to see you.
No going back.
Well, I'm glad to see that you moved on, and I'm glad to see that you're open to that possibility. But unfortunately, this is not reunification court.
Maybe she
This is
should go
child
back to
support
the
court.
memory clinic and go to
So,
work.
well, guess what? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Want to give that to your wife? Maybe she'll have you comb your hair.
Get out here.
Lawyer Vonda Bailey explains the legal details of step-parent adoption in Texas. She highlights that adopting a child is a lifelong commitment, even if the parents get divorced. Bailey encourages viewers to subscribe and share their stories, reminding us that these cases affect children's lives, not just the law. The segment ends by connecting the emotional side of the case to its larger legal meaning. After watching, you'll view child support cases in a whole new way.